Hey, good morning, all. It's Monday, April 6th here. Just want to get you started with week 4. Can you believe it? Of remote learning here. So the week looks like this. Number one, there will be a test on Thursday, which will cover the foreign affairs unit. So we've already talked about part A here, dealing with France, and part B, dealing with the United Kingdom. And part C, we're halfway done. We talked about the Texas Revolution last week. And tomorrow we'll talk about the Mexican American War. Wednesday will be a review, and Thursday we'll have the test. I spoke with Mrs. Lapointe. She said that people were pretty good about getting the test done. So it's definitely going to be, it won't have necessarily all the bells and whistles of ones that you might do on paper, but it'll be, some multiple choice, some extended response, and obviously with this one, you do have the internet available to you. Although knowing the material, they're not going to be questions that you're simply going to be able to Google your way out of. So hopefully you have reviewed and paid attention and all of those good things. Anyway, today I thought we might try something a little bit different, hopefully a little bit fun, which is to visit our old friend Google Earth. And we'll start right at the middle school here. I thought we would because it says temporarily closed. So in case you did show up to school today, you should have checked Google Earth and would have told you. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, so all we're gonna do is you're just gonna find a place on Google Earth that you think is kind of neat, and then record it. And we're gonna take everyone's listings together. Sometimes with Google Earth, we tend to like, oh, this is my school, this is my street, this is my house, this is, which is fine. But I'd also like you to maybe explore some other things. So you're going to record your answers right here. So you can see that a couple of the examples that I did, and I'll show you them in a second. So simply your name in the left-hand column, the latitude and longitude in the middle column here. And I'll show you where you can find that in a second. And then the location of why you chose it. I don't need paragraphs about why you chose it. But my goal is that you find something that might be new to you, or, maybe it's something that you have a fond memory of. Maybe it's the landform that you did as part of your myth making project. There's a lot of cool places, maybe something you've seen in a movie that look pretty cool in Google Earth, especially under the 3D function. So the two that I did, so I'm kind of doing this in reverse order. One is Mount Katahdin, which I will show you as I type in Mount Katahdin. This is not too far away from where I grew up, and it's something that I have some fond memories of hiking it with family when I was younger, and then friends as I got older. This is where the Appalachian Trail ends, and it's the northernmost point the highest point in all of Maine. And if I switch to the yes, thank you for that. If I switch to the 2D function and zoom out a little bit, you'll see that the closest town is where I'm from. So Millinocket is the town that I grew up in. My high school was along this stream right here. So anyway, and like I said, it's kind of neat. So when you go up to Mount Katahdin and you zoom in, and you can see that this photo was taken. Oh, well, there's still snow on it. So anyway, pretty cool, pretty impressive. So I thought that one was worth sharing. So go into your document. Location is Mount Katahdin. Obviously, the longitude and latitude. Let me show you where those are. You can find that right towards the bottom here. It tells you how high the camera is off the ground, and then obviously if it has an N next to the latitude, that means it's in the northern hemisphere. And if it has a W right here, that means it's in the western hemisphere. So all of New England is in the northern hemisphere and in the western hemisphere. So that, of course, makes sense. So then just type a little bit about why you chose it right there. Another one, a place that I haven't been to, Wimbledon was in the news because for the first time since World War II, the Wimbledon Tennis Championships, the third Grand Slam of the year for tennis, was canceled. So that's kind of a big deal. So I was like, oh, I've never really seen the Wimbledon from Google Earth. So I decided to Wimbledon. It's actually called the All England Tennis Club. So maybe I Um, and as we go there, I love when it zooms in. So you can see that location. It's amazing. I think I counted 31 different grass courts that they played in here. And as you go to zoom in, you can see that this is it's amazing that a relatively small court. Well, I guess kind of like basketball, a small court featuring just a few people has so many spectators there. But then even these other courts that are smaller off to the side, can hold thousands of people. So anyway, I thought that was kind of neat, and I always enjoyed watching Wimbledon. It happened during summer vacation, right around the 4th of July, early July, and the fact that they're not going to be around anymore, or at least for this year, that sort of sent a wave of nostalgia over me. So I typed in the latitude and longitude now. So it's close to the same latitude as Maine, actually. The longitude, you'll notice that the first number is degrees. The second number is minutes and then seconds, and then it gives west. So it's actually still in the Western Hemisphere, but you'll notice that it's almost right on the prime meridian. Hopefully, you remember that from your lessons with Miss Page last year. But in any case, and then why I chose it, and I talked about some of the reasons. So I think it'd be cool by the end of the day, or at least by tomorrow morning, we had a nice list of different places that are cool to check out. So, like I said, maybe places that you've heard of, places that you've been to before. Maybe it's the landform that you chose. Obviously, it'd be nice to get different ones. So, if 14 people choose Niagara Falls, I'll be a little bit sad. But anyway, I guess that's a first come, first serve with regard to that. So fill it out. That's all I got for you today. Just something a little bit fun, something that takes you away from your homes or your property where we've been for a while. And I will talk to you guys later.